I want to take on the project, and I was traveling, around. Anytime I got out of town, I would go check out other breweries as a beer enthusiast, and noticed that there's a niche and an unfilled void basically in Erie. There was no microbrewery with a restaurant, and did about 5 years of field work, and went to dozens of different breweries and owners and brewers, and decided, hey, this would work in Erie. It worked in smaller towns and towns of like size, and so there's no reason we couldn't pull this off. The station opened its door to the general public in December of 1927, and served as a passenger station for over almost 50 years, and later became home to other small businesses. And we occupy about a quarter of the building right now, the 100,000 square feet. It's about 90% or up freight. So we have, average is 70, 75 a day, trains that go by. About every 20, 25 minutes or so. You'll probably see one behind me here shortly. And then out of those, only 2 passenger. There's a New York bound and a Chicago bound, but anymore, that's all you have for passenger rail. I was born in the 70s, and back that time, Kohler was, the king of beer in Erie. Back in from, the 30s, post-Prohibition, up until the 70s, most breweries and most beer you were drinking, whether it's your father, your grandfather, whoever, it was local and regional. And until there's a movement in the 70s where the big breweries started buying up the smaller regional breweries and assets. With the consolidation of, and eating up of these small breweries, places like Kohler went away. So I grew up as a fan of it, not of the beer, I was a little too young. Over in the tap room though, in the bar area behind the bar, we have a lot of stuff. We have our own pieces that we've accumulated over the years, and then we have a lot of pieces from a local gentleman named Ray Barber. He's like the definitive local Kohler collector, and he's got pieces over there from the Cornerstone original brewery, which opened in 1890, to the arch on the top of the building, and the beer god, we call him, like kind of gargoyle looking guy on the top of the building. So that's all over there, along with statues from the original Ratskeller, which is pretty cool. The three fine brewers, which are little German guys, and they're one and only. I mean, it's one of a kind, and they're over there on display. Some neons, little tap handles, barrels, things like that, that you just don't see around anymore. So between our own collection and what Ray Barber has brought in for us to kind of on consignment to display, it's probably one of the coolest collections of Kohler memorabilia around. We thought, well, Kohler was the beer of Erie, and we couldn't take that Kohler name or use that Kohler name even though it's not around anymore. So we said, let's use the next best thing, really, and that was Uncle Jackson. And now Uncle Jackson was the face of basically the brewery ad campaign from the 50s through the 70s. Yeah, so we have almost a 2-hour loop that runs constantly in the tap room of the brewery, and that's been running nonstop for years and years now. Ray Barber, again, the Kohler collector, local guy, came to us and got all these spools and on reel-to-reel from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I think we have over 100 commercials down there. So we made the beer our Uncle Jackson's Blonde Ale, again, to be easy drinking and maybe a little bit more body than the original Kohler would have been, but something that you kind of fit and merge with what we want to do. Now it's our most popular beer. Obviously, we'll get into our local resident ghost here, which is Clara, and her apparition Amber is named after her. So that's a very popular beer around here. Obviously, Uncle Jackson, we just talked about. Major David McNair, our Major McNair Nut Brown, is named after him, and he was Erie's first brewer, and he opened up almost exactly 200 years ago in 1815. Opened the first brewery next door and the first distillery. So actually, that's where our original brewery was designed to be set up, on his lot. And when things didn't work out on that property, we moved it over here. So Major McNair is a big part of what we do and inspired that beer, the Nut Brown. This time of year, fall is big for spiced ales, for your harvest ales, for your pumpkin ales. So right now, I mean, in this weather and this time of year, nothing to me tastes better than pumpkin ale. Fast forward into post holidays, our stouts and porters, he does an awesome, robust porter down there. Does a fantastic milk stout. He's going to be working on a chocolate peanut butter porter. Things like that are ideal for wintertime. And if you ask me again in 3 months, I'm going to be like, hey, I'd love a stout or a porter right now. That we're into the preservation of the building and to preserve the history and to tell a story about the past and a little bit about us. I want them to leave here having obviously a good experience with the food and beverage. Anytime you go out, you want to have a good experience. And for people also to understand that we are community driven and that we partner with a lot of groups, and we're here to support the people that support us. So whether it's a nonprofit or a local organization trying to raise funds, we partner regularly with most of the organizations in town to help do good and just to be a part of the fabric of the community. I want people to understand that we're not, just a standalone business. We function off of the community, and we're partnered with them.